Comparison will kill more careers than a bad market ever would. Oh, I'm not as successful as that agent because I don't have as many followers on social media as him. And that agent only got that listing because he offered a cheaper commission or he overpriced it. And here's the one that I heard years ago that was absolutely unbelievable. Once I have as many listings and signs out there, then I'll be as successful as you. So I gotta get my sign everywhere. Meanwhile, that person has more followers than you because they posted every single day. And that agent got that listing, maybe not because he overpriced it or the commission reduction, but maybe he was just able to explain his unique value proposition a little bit better than you. And the reason that agent has signs everywhere is they literally prospected every single day and follow up with people, while you just sit there complaining about your life and your business. Meanwhile, you have the exact same opportunity as all three of those people. And I share this because it's easy for me to get caught in that exact same trap. If I load up Instagram, I go on MLS and I look at the solds, or if I lose a listing, I can sit there and I can complain about all the reasons why that other person got it and make up these fake narratives in my head. Or I can actually do the things that might actually give me a better outcome the next time. Remember years ago, there was an agent that washed out of our system at Prime, and I still remember to this day, called me on Valentine's Day, needed to have a meeting, and then basically that meeting was to give me her resignation. She had never had a conversation with me prior about why she wanted to leave or the things that she was looking for. When I asked her, she told me the roadmap of where we were going actually addressed all three of the things that she was looking for, but I didn't even fight for it because she wasn't the right fit for our culture. Here's why. We had implemented standards in terms of what your daily follow-ups should be, what your speed to lead should be, and what you should be doing with the opportunities that you're given. And I noticed a pattern with this person where she would always come into the office and complain about what other people had. I remember she complained once about this other girl who was absolutely killing it and had a podcast and all these things, and she wanted to have a podcast. And I'm like, well, I run a podcast. Why don't I show you? And you can do it. Never took me up on that offer. And I didn't understand it because podcasting's free. You press record, you press publish, and then you get better every episode that you do. And then I thought about the other thing that she said, and it was leads. And then I opened up the database and I looked at the leads that I had given her, and there was a $1.2 million lead in North London. There was multiple $2.7 million buyers and all these leads. And I looked at the effort on the follow-up and it just wasn't there. There was barely the response time that we had as our standard, and the sequential follow-up that again is literally an action plan with a checklist, and you just have to follow the checklist. None of that was followed. And I still remember that departure to this day because I didn't really get any communication prior to the resignation. And I mean, I've had departures where I've gotten zero communication even at the resignation. And I remember talking to a few very high-level mentors of mine thinking like, am I broken? Is it something that I'm doing wrong? Because again, always trying to get better and always happy to improve. And I got one of the clearest answers that I ever could imagine. He said, quite often when people are leaving a company and they won't even pick up the phone or have a conversation, it's because it's tied to a level of fear or shame that they know they're not adhering to the standards and they don't want to face you. And they said it actually tells you a lot more about them than it does about you and your culture. Trying to take extreme ownership in every situation and always trying to get better, I did change how we did some of our onboarding, some of our offboarding, and pouring more time into the people that are closest to the flame. But I'll leave you with this quick thought. You can't spend your entire life being responsible for other people's success. If they aren't willing to do the work, post. If they aren't willing to do the work, pick up the phone, post on Instagram, or even just show up to work 4 days a week, and then they're not successful, that isn't a burden that you need to carry for them. It's just an indication that maybe their ambitions didn't line up with their actions, and that is okay. I actually think it's completely fair if not everybody wants to be a full commission real estate salesperson and do the things that we have to do. Our job is a little bit insane at times, and there's actually a place in this industry for people who want to be a salaried assistant or maybe do marketing or transaction coordination and just be paid like a regular job. I have a number of them on my team members, and I also have full commission salespeople that do the things that are required of somebody that wants to be extremely successful in this business. But I sure do think people make a lot of excuses and overcomplicate it when it's not that deep.